Now fighting out of the red corner. He's with a record of 5-5, representing C-Mac out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He comes to you by way of Texas. Madman, Matson, I messed that up.
Hey, man, you gave it a good shot. Manicchia.
Yeah.
Manicchia.
I said it the right way the first time.
The pressure was on.
Yeah. Anyway,
that was a
Manicchia.
Yeah,
Matson, Manicchia. There we go.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for having me on.
No, man, we've enjoyed having every one of you guys on so far, bro. It's not been a person that we haven't got to know, enjoyed spending time with them, getting to know them a little bit better. It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome for us too, because getting to know you, we're going to pull a little bit harder for you at the fights too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I like about going to see events in person. When you see these people, you bump shoulders with these people. You
absolutely,
talk to
man.
these people.
Mm-hmm.
You have more invested into it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It just picks the excitement up for the fans. That
And
way.
then
100%.
doing this stuff right here, like just getting on a podcast and getting people who are interested in all or nothing fights.
Yeah.
Interested in like if they know TJ, they might not know you, right?
Right.
So
Especially not being local, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from here, so.
Right. So getting to know you, who you are as a person, your story, some of your life or whatever, I think that grows the whole thing as a whole, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been fun for us. It's probably funner for us than it is for you guys. Honestly,
I don't even know why y'all agreed to come, but it's badass.
But we love it, bro.
It's part of a minute. It's like marketing. It's like get your name
it's
out
good
there.
for
But
y'all.
you know, it's one of the funner parts because we kill ourselves in training, and
Heck yeah.
and then we go put our body on the line out, in front of the fans, and then the cool part is we get to go sit on the couch and people want to hear our stories.
Yeah.
And then again, it goes back to the being relatable thing. If you go back and people relate to you, oh, hey, man, I saw a podcast with that guy one time.
Yeah.
He said this.
Yeah.
This happened in my life. I want to see this guy win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah. And then just getting to know everybody a little bit better. So like the next time we see Logan fight, man, it's going to be twice as exciting for us, you know, or Raleigh, or even probably for him, TJ.
Because that kid, Riley.
Yeah.
How about that kid?
He's a killer, right?
Yeah.
It's a little killer, bro, in the making.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of that kid, especially. See, what I like is I'm now getting into, I've elevated my striking to the point where I'm allowed to coach these guys now. Billy Swanson trusts me when he's doing the grappling days, and we got guys say I got a kickboxing match coming up. I'm not doing any grappling. So he'll give me the guys that are, that have kickboxing fights too. And we're in the other room and
nice.
We're working, you know what I'm saying? And he trusts that's me. So, two guys that I've really, invested in is Bailey, which y'all haven't seen him or talked to him. I don't think y'all saw him compete this last card, but he got a knockout on the card before that where I was coaching. And, the coolest thing about it
I have seen him fight 2 times then, because I went to the last 3 of the events.
So then you saw with the Bailey versus Quan fight, where he got dropped kind of towards the end of the round, got back up, and in the last, I think, 2 seconds, knocked out Quan.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was awesome watching because he did exactly 2 techniques that we worked on.
Cool.
And it was...
That's cool when you're the coach.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was just, I got just enough, the same high I get making the walk, I got off of him
doing that.
Completing his mission.
Bro.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I bet it was hard to stay out of the ring, though.
Yeah.
I bet it was hard to stay out of the cage.
Yeah, they had to keep the door closed for a second, until we were allowed to go in.
Yeah. So how'd you get that name, Madman?
Oh, man.
Have you seen him fight?
I watched some fights, bro, and when he was coming out on his come out,
I know,
dude.
It's intense, right?
You locked eyes with that dude.
Yeah, man.
And you wouldn't stop, and I was like,
I was watching, Logan's podcast. I enjoy listening to you guys. It's the way y'all have it set up. Everything. It's pleasurable to listen to. Sometimes it gets monotonous listening to other people.
Right. Yeah.
Nah. I was intrigued the entire time. Y'all have enough comedy to go with it. It's great.
Yeah. But, cool. Thanks, man.
What was the question again?
How'd you get the name Madman?
Just seeing
I
him
dive
fight.
head first. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I from watching your fights, I can say when they call your name out the next time, I'm gonna know like, oh, this is fixing to be a dog fight.
Excuse me.
This dude's fixing to go to war.
So I think one of it came out. I fought this guy named Josh Doster. Dude's a unit.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if the guy played D1 football, but he looked like he did.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Should have.
Yeah.
Monster. And he outweighed me, wasn't supposed to go my way. And the first round, he got the better of me, ended up getting me on the ground, and he had an illegal move, and he did a pride stomp right on my chest.
Damn.
It's crazy. I'm laying on the ground like this, and he lifts his leg up over his head and kind of like just axe chops me right on my chest.
Wow.
All right, ref stops it. Cool. And they were like, all right, they bring the doctor in. I'm like, look, I'm good. Let it go. Like, give me a second. I'm good. And then I bit down on my mouthpiece, and the next 2 rounds were fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I won those next 2 rounds. But he ended up winning the fight. That was one of my losses in MMA. But I think that kind of gave me, I don't think I've lost any respect in any of my fights.
No.
The fans know what I go out there to do.
Yeah.
They know what I come for. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Like I said, I'm catching up on my grappling. I'm learning on the job. I have no wrestling background.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, we have baseball. I played baseball 15 years. Competitive baseball, all over, select baseball. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And I stopped all the way up, right when we got to high school, and then that's when I started getting in trouble, started fighting, started going that route.
Yeah.
But I think that's where Madman came from.
It's cool, man.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and you look insane when you're fighting. So,
well, Mr. Completely.
Yeah, it's a perfect name, and it goes right with your name. So,
yeah,
I don't know why you wouldn't say that. I was actually thinking that whenever I was watching the fights, Madman, Manicchia. That's what I was trying to think of.
Hey, you got it.
Madman Manicchia. That's what I thought. Yeah. Instead of Matson at all, just leaves the Matson out of it. Just Madman Manicchia. Yeah, Madman Matson Manicchia. That's a lot, bro. Yeah. Nobody ever accused us of being professionals
Hell
with this.
No. Definitely not.
That's awesome.
So you are one of the most experienced fighters in CMAC from what we've gathered.
For right now, yeah. We had a lot of people that were there that were, been doing it when I came in, but a lot of gyms go through like I guess you'd call it a turnover at a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people just don't agree with certain people. Some people don't stick around.
They don't jive or whatever.
Fine, yeah. No hard feelings towards anybody, but that puts me at a senior position at this point, I guess you would say. A lot of people look up to me. A lot of people see how serious I take it. I'm there, especially in camp. I'm there 5-6 days a week, sometimes twice a day. I take it very seriously. The thing about it is, and that's the only reason I've progressed the way I have. I've been doing it for 2 years. My first fight, that fight you saw with Jackson Gilliam, I took on 3 months. I'd only been training 3 months. Before that, I'd only ever been in penitentiary riots and street fights.
So we're gonna get into that, but
yeah, those are the fun stories.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I can't wait to hear that whole story. But
there's so many, but I'll see if I can choose some funny ones.
But I want to get the fighting thing so we can move on to other conversations. So the with that experience, does it add responsibility to you? I mean, you said you coach, so do you feel that responsibility, or is that like? Yeah,
that responsibility drives me.
It's something that you enjoy
to do
more.
Something with my hands. So
I got you.
If not, I'm on a repetitive cycle. I'll go back to prison. I will. That's just my destructive behavior. So part of the recipe that I figured out for myself was lifting weights. That's what got me
beautiful
to 215. And you saw me fight at 205.
Yeah.
So when I first got out of prison, I started lifting weights. I got big. I started eating 7 meals a day. I wanted to be big because I'd never been big.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see what it was like. I got big. It worked out for me. Then I moved out here and got into fighting. But with that, that, like you said, that responsibility drives me because I need something to do. I don't make excuses for like, I can't go to the gym today for this reason, right? I have reasons to go.
100%.
I know where I came from. I don't want to be there again. I'm getting out of my bed today. I've had a long day at work. Okay, well, if I go home and I sit in my shit up, for the rest of the day, I do that for a week, probably going to be depressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to start messing with your brain.
Starts messing with my brain. Like I just had that same issue these last 3 weeks. I wasn't able to train. I couldn't walk the first week after my fight because I took some injuries to my feet. Left my feet looking like balloons, right? Purple all the way down to my toes up to about mid part of my calf.
Yeah, boy.
Was walking around with a staff like it's old man. It was nasty. It was bad. It's one of the worst injuries that I've had fighting. So I took the necessary time, out of the gym to at least be able to heal a little bit.
Recoup,
it took about 3 weeks, and this is my first week back in, but that 3 weeks was dark, man.
Yeah.
Like I barely came out of it on Monday, Tuesday, because like I said, I went and moved with TJ and wrestled with them on Tuesday and was, getting back into it, going back hard, into my wrestling. And that's the first day I felt really good after my fight.
Yeah.
So I need it.
Yeah.
Like I require it.
I feel like that's an ongoing thing for every one of you guys.
So far, seems like.
It seems like that's a trait for fighters is like, I have to stay busy if doing something.
Yeah.
I have to, and either it's like a mental thing. Like if I don't do this, then I'm gonna, I'll be depressed. I'll feel this way. But if I, stay physical, it does, physicality actually increases dopamine and all kinds of other.
Right. And you definitely feel it, especially when those light bulbs go off in the gym. Things start clicking, technique starts flowing together back and forth. And then you're what you didn't understand last week, makes sense this week. And then boom, it's like a euphoric feeling. You would call it light bulb moments, but really you're like,
yeah,
great.
I bet that does feel good, man.
It's like hitting a PR. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah,
you hit that PR, you get up. Yeah, it's that same.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exact same.
That's pretty wild. So we've talked about going in and training. He and I kind of discussed the matter a little bit, right?
I think you'd have fun.
Yeah,
but you don't have to fight.
I can't. I'm too old. I'm too old to fight. I don't, and I don't even want to get hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but yeah.
I don't want to be hit. I'm too old to be hit. That's why I carry a weapon.
I'm not mad at you. What's your preferred method? What's your preferred carry?
Oh, 9.
Sig, Smith and Wesson.
I have she has a Taurus in her car.
It works.
And I have, and the Taurus that she had, she went and picked it out. That's what fits her hand best. So
yeah, it
was a smaller grip and all that.
Yeah,
then I can't even remember what mine is.
That's funny because I had to think about mine too.
I can't. Mine's a Ruger.
I think it's the P320, but I can't.
Mine's a Ruger. Mine's a Ruger.
Okay, Ruger's good. Yeah,
Ruger's really good actually.
But, sorry, I don't mean to get off topic.
No, that's okay. It's okay, man. That's what this is all about. You can ask us anything. We'll ask you anything.
It's supposed to be like a regular conversation, really.
I think for me on the platform that I'm using, in the vehicle in which I'm doing my stuff through, I think that part of my story can help other people.
100%, definitely.
That's kind of why I allow it to.
Definitely, man. Some people are looking for outlets,
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Some people get tired of.
It started out for me, and then now I just, like I said, I took that fight at 3 months, and I won. I didn't think I was going to win. The guy had been training 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he trained with Warren Thompson, whom I highly respect, who is highly respected, in the fight community within itself.
Yeah.
Dude's a monster, and he trains with this guy. And I'm like, and then he's really like 240, cutting to 205. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared to death. Yeah. Man, Billy, you really think I could beat this guy? I think so.
I think so.
That was your first fight?
That was my first fight.
Yeah, boy.
On 3 months training. My cardio was nil. Yeah. None.
And that's the fight against Jackson?
Jackson.
So I could tell that your cardio left you completely.
After round 1, I'm sure.
It was like midway of point of round 2.
Yeah.
Where you had him, like you were fixing to get him knocked out. but you just
No more gas.
you ran out of gas.
Yeah.
But the thing that I did know or notice when you ran out of gas, you were still trying to punch, bro.
Yeah, I don't have any quit.
No,
I don't know what
that
it
was
is.
That was the thing, man.
There's no quit.
Yeah,
Man.
that fight that I was watching today, bro, that guy was just on top of you the whole time.
Yeah, John Lewis. Yeah.
And every round he just kept coming back at him. And I was like, damn, boy.
I know.
Yeah, that's a regrettable fight, man. I had worked so hard on my grappling that I thought, and keep in mind, I'm a white belt. This guy's a purple belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting guys that have he's been fighting, training at least 6 years.
I think he said 8.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said he'd been doing jiu-jitsu for 8 years
For
or
8
something.
years.
Oh,
I've been doing it for a year and a half at that point.
Yeah.
So really, it's a testament that the man didn't finish me on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's my opinion of it.
Yeah,
that's mine too.
Lost, but we have a saying in the gym: "There's no loss; it's only lessons." So while in my amateur career, it is a staple moment, and it's kind of embarrassing for me because nobody likes to get laid on. Imagine being outside of Sweet Melissa's, you're fighting this dude who just lays on you the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I know.
So, it sucks. But,
100%.
I do appreciate the moment because it taught me what I needed to go back.
Yeah.
Put me at the drawing board and gave me
and that's why he did that.
Yeah.
Because he knew, I mean, maybe not, but
that's
probably.
exactly what he said, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he had no intention of striking with me. He told some guys that I knew, that, I'm just going to take him down.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's a testament to my striking.
Yeah.
A guy that, it's got magnificent head kick knockouts, didn't want to.
Yeah,
didn't want to stand
take
up.
that chance with me. I appreciate it, bro.
That's pretty crazy. That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to stand there with him. This is the weight class that starts
getting fun at.
This is scary, bro. These people, you know what I'm saying?
There's some power for real.
That it would kill me.
I mean, Riley's got power, but
Riley could knock
40,
me out.
50 more pounds of muscle.
Undoubtedly,
it's just different. It's got to be.
Riley could kick me in the head and knock me clean out.
100%.
But this weight class right here would kill me.
Yeah.
If I took one. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. Anyway, I don't know if that's true. I don't want to take.
I don't know, man. You eat a solid one from anybody, I think
it'll kill you.
It's a problem. I don't know about killing you, but
that's what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, don't like when I say
fall and hit your head.
When I say kill me, I mean literally.
You did.
$1 million baby.
Unalived. Just gone.
That's why I don't fight at 205 no more. I felt how hard Jackson hit, and I was like, I'm not 6'2", 6'3", I'm 6 foot, and I was 205, and I was barely hanging on to 205.
Yeah, you're eating everything you can to get 205.
Everything to be at 205 on weight day, or on weigh-ins, and the guy hit me with a straight right hand, and I could eat it. I know I can, but I didn't like it. I'm not going to do it again.
Hey, when he hit you, though, the thing about it is he hit you. You backed off of him for a second. You said,
"Well, let's go,"
and then went right back at him.
You done fucked up.
That's not in my heart.
Yeah, we're finna go.
That's not in my heart.
I like that you're honest with yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, I'm 100% honest with myself.
Especially 2024, man. A lot of people are gonna fucking pretend. I like honesty. Man.
I'm older and wiser. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm a wiser man. I'm 45.
You're 45? Okay.
I'm 45 years old, so I've lived long enough to go. Nah.
Ruger.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to that damn cardio, boy.
Yeah. No,
That's what's gonna help you in the gym. So if y'all do decide to come to the gym, do it on cardio days. You lift weights, I assume, right? So
I haven't been, but yeah,
you've also been dealing with the hospital as well. So we'll take that into account. But say you get back into your fitness and you're back on your shit on your cardio days, come to the gym. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're gonna get your cardio at. Yeah. And if that'll fit your purpose.
The crazy part is I've never done any cardio. No, I just lifted. That's it. I just lift.
I want to be big. I don't want to lose nothing.
Yeah. Well,
I weight. I want it. Carbs. I need them.
I don't want to be big. I want to be ripped up. Oh
well, then you're gonna need the cardio.
But I just like to. I just like to work out, not do cardio. Yeah. he talks about, he's like, man, you're in good shape. And I'm like, no.
But not really.
No, you
I
got to
just
understand.
think like this.
There's a difference between what I am and what in good shape looks like.
Yeah. And see, that's the funny thing is when I walked into Billy's gym, you know, I thought I was in shape. I thought I was something. I'm yoked up.
Yeah.
And so I went in there and I didn't understand how to control power so much. And Billy knew what was going to happen, you know, especially telling him that, you know, where I come from and stuff like that. You know, you get hit in the face. You almost can't regulate it, you know, especially if you don't know how, you've never trained or anything like that. So if people would hit me, I'd get hit. And I'm thinking, I got to hit somebody as hard as I can now.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it's. So I think Billy saw me do that with one or two guys. And, you know, so he was like, all right, come over here with me. So this is my first day in here, right?
From Logan.
This was my first day. Yeah. Oh, Logan was spot on. Billy's going to whoop that ass. Billy's going to make sure you understand the totem pole. But it's my first sparring day in there. And I'm sparring, like I said, I'm big. I'm throwing heaters, right?
Yeah.
And Billy plants a head kick right on me. Whack. Right, and I eat the first one, you know, but you could tell it kind of dazed me.
Yeah.
And he set up another one. Whack up, sat me down. He's like, yeah, you're going to have to learn to control yourself in here, son. And I was like, fuck. So that's what it's like. It doesn't get no worse than that. All right, man. All right. Madman, you just made it.
Yeah. So he's a Billy Bad A, huh? You could really call him that.
You ever seen him in a red vest?
No.
No? Oh, man. So he's got a viral video where he's at Sweet Melissa's knocking people out in a red vest.
Oh, shit.
I'll have to hear in a minute after the show. I'll find it for you.
I can't wait to see it.
It's amazing. It's epic.
So we've talked a lot about Billy and all of the with everybody. Everybody seems to have mad respect for him.
Yeah, man. He spends a lot of time with us. He helps a lot of us out, and he gives us a place to do what we like to do, man. I couldn't give any. If it wasn't for Billy giving me a place to call home, man, I don't know where I'd be. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very deep statement. You'll find out why when we get into it.
So I think we're ready to roll on into that kind of. I mean, if you don't have anything else to say as far as fighting goes.
No, I mean, they watch. They know what's coming.
Yeah,
I don't know what's coming next. Like I said, I've been healing up, so this is my first week back in the gym. But once we get posted,
are you going to try to do something in October, or are you going to skip this one?
I haven't talked about it, but yeah, absolutely. I try to fight every chance possible.
Golly,
really, September would be optimal, you know. But I also don't want to go into anything any less than 70%. You know, people are going to fight injured. You're going to fight.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah,
it's part of the game. And at first, I tried to circumvent that and think, oh no, I have to be 100%. But that's not going to be. You're training. That's not. You're never going to be 100%, especially when you're getting years into it.
Yeah.
You know, something's going to hurt. Shoulder's going to hurt. Knee's going to be torn. You know, that's what they don't know. I tore my shoulder in January. That fight in January, tore my shoulder.
Ugh.
Couldn't lift it after the day after. Couldn't lift my shoulder at all. Left arm, almost totally dead.
Dang, boy.
I got a call, and I fought on Saturday. I got a call Monday from Warren. He's like, hey, man, I got a fight for you. You want to fight Gatch? Now, Gatch is a monster in himself. I'm going to show you a picture of him when we get done. Dude's a beast. Yeah, I want to fight him. Let's go. No questions asked. Madman shit, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and,
so
now,
name
and that was a good fight.
Perfect.
I gave him the business, but if you'll notice in that fight, I think the reason I didn't sleep him is one, he's got a hell of a chin because I landed some solid shots on that man's chin.
Yeah.
Head kicks, everything. The man just wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
And he's got a proven chin in several fights. You know, there's other guys that are better than me that
we're hitting him too. Yeah.
Couldn't, you know, sit him down. So
that's pretty wild too, man.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild to see. I've never been. I've been hit hard enough to go down, and not, not realize what was going on there for a second. One time, and so when I see somebody get actually really caught, I mean, I understand you got gloves on. It makes a little bit of a difference, but bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
first time I ever experienced that was in the Larry Stewart fight. I've never been dropped. I've never been rocked like that.
Was that the kickboxing one?
Yeah. It was the 170 kickboxing with Larry, the title fight back in November.
Oh yeah,
I never had anybody sit me down or rock me like that. And that dude's awesome. I look up to guys like that. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because they said that me and him, our styles mirror each other. And I thought that was funny. I feel like that's a compliment because I look up to the dude. Dude fights well.
Yeah.
I want to fight like that. Guy puts on shows, gets wins, gets knockouts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to that. I feel like. And keep in mind, that guy's been doing it a long time. He fights about every other weekend. You know, he boxes a lot too.
Bro.
He does boxing. That's a lot of it is what that is. So he'll
still though it doesn't. You're taking it.
Yeah.
In boxing, I mean,
I don't know how they stay that active. I fight 5 times a year. Fuck. You know.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Maybe boxing's different. You know, I boxed when I was younger, but it wasn't. You know, we weren't boxing every weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's what they do. And
jeez, Louise,
polished. I know that.
Yeah.
I felt that, but I'd never, you know, and even then, like I wasn't out. So the last time, it was like the third time he knocked me down. And I wasn't out. I knew everything that was happening.
Yeah.
But I looked up at the ref, and you can see watching the video. I look up at the ref, and I'm like, my feet aren't going to be underneath me if I try to stand up.
Yeah,
You know what? I better just sit this one down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna stay here.
If not, the next one's gonna put me to sleep.
Yeah.
I feel like, and
I'm gonna preserve my brain here.
Yeah. I already have issues. You know what I'm saying?
There's no reason not to preserve my brain.
I appreciate that, motherfucker.
So do you when you go into the ring or the cage, when you go into the cage,
I've walked to both, so
yeah. When you go into the cage, though, do you? Yeah, I've seen you in both of them actually.
You've watched the Elevate Fight League? You watched those?
I seen something else where you were in a ring doing just kickboxing. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, that had to be Elevate. That was Muay Thai, but yeah, Elevate.
Muay Thai. Yeah.
Maybe the only difference is they allow the clinch for more than just kickboxing. You get the clinch, one strike, and they separate you, or you separate yourself.
I got you.
You know, if you know what's going on. Muay Thai, they let you clinch. You're going to clinch. As long as you're working in the clinch,
you can clinch as far as
where the knees and the inside fighting comes in.
Yeah, which is wild too.
It's fun. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. How do you feel though when you're cruising in there? We've asked everybody that, so I just wanted to get your take on it. Like, what does your brain go as a like? We've talked to a dude who's been in just one fight, who's walked up, and he's thinking of it from this beginning stage, and now we're going to talk to somebody who has quite a bit of experience walking in there. What do you do with your brain? What is your brain? What do you want to happen in your brain, and what really happens? I guess
I wouldn't say I know what I want to happen, but I know it does happen. And I embrace every second of it because, again, I love it.
I got you.
The whole process of it. So
the whole sport, everything about it.
I would use the word calm up until like the fighter meeting. So the fighter meeting, you get there at like 3:00 on fight day, and then that when I step in and I see the ring and I see the lights getting put up, and I'm like, okay, it's time. Like this is where we're at. This is what we came for. And that's one of my mantras. And even when I'm warming up in the back, getting ready, like, this is what we came for, boys. This is what we do. Let's go. You know, I'm repeating this to myself. And I don't know if it's something that keeps me calm. I feel like it is. But it puts me in that space that I need. And then, you know, you got the fights coming up, you know, you're getting ready, you know, you're 2 fights away, you're 1 fight away. And I have this saying, right, when they're getting ready to send me out the gate. Y'all know who Lane Frost is, right?
I don't.
I don't either, man.
The rodeo guy. He's a bull rider.
Okay.
You know, remember the movie 8 Seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was
every
after
time
him.
he get ready to go, you know, pull the gate on the bull, he said, "All right, let's go, boys, let's go." And they'd pull the chute.
Yeah.
Off you go. I don't know why, where, how I picked it up. I don't know if it's just because I love that movie so much. I've never rode a fucking bull in my life. You know,
I was about to ask you for real.
And I'll have, you know, Billy, John Lambert, and I'll have my guys around me, and I don't know, that same thing. Hey, let's go, boys, let's go. And then I think when those words leave my mouth, there's y'all have mentioned it before, a switch.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer. You can see it in my eyes. You know,
Yeah, 100%.
You're a madman right there.
Yeah, madman.
God,
And it's such a.
You're madman at that point, and it is in your
invigorating
eyes.
feeling.
It's in your eyes when you're walking out, son. Right?
yeah, bro.
Like you're walking out.
Yeah.
Like you're.
It's a completely different individual from somebody sitting in front of you today. I get to. That's me completely free. I don't have to pay bills. I have nothing to worry
You ain't thinking about nothing. You
I'm
ain't
not
got
thinking
no.
about anything else but going on here and trying to hurt this man as much as possible. And at that, I don't think anybody else could. I don't think you could be as free doing anything else. At least in my opinion, now, skydivers may feel the same way when they're jumping out of an airplane. You know, but
Well, I felt that way when I got up to bat. Like it's just me versus you now. All I can think about, is this ball coming. I have to pay only attention to this, you know, and your brain forgets everything else for just, you know.
Yep, it's just me and this curveball.
Yeah,
coming
or whatever. Yeah, so
it's a fastball. If it's
you can't even hear the crowd.
That's the weirdest part about the whole thing.
Yeah,
you can't hear. I can hear Billy sometimes, you know, but
yeah.
You just focused.
Most of the time, I don't hear it.
Yeah.
Any of the yelling.
And, you know, like the only person that we've talked to so far that can hear his coach is TJ. And that's because
I think that he's
been wrestling and
training, listening to
coaches. Coaches always tell you in wrestling, they're telling you what to do.
Yeah, I think
the next step, you know.
Further on, since now, more so now, I know it because I heard it in my last fight. You know, Billy was like 1-3-2. It was after we had got separated. And he's like 1-3-2, and I heard it. It's the only thing I heard. And the next thing it landed, it was I threw a 1-3, and it baited him right into the 2, and it sounded like a gunshot. Pow! I don't know how the kid didn't go down, man. Shout out to Axel because that shit you ate a shotgun blast in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looked at me, bro.
Yeah. That's what I don't want, you know.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Yeah, I quit.
I quit, bro. I ain't got nothing. That's all I got right there. That's it.
That shit turns me on for some reason. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what happened in my life. But it's those moments where I live for that. I want to find let's see how far we can go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't get to enjoy myself all that much, you know, like that. So
yeah,
I do appreciate it, you know.
You're not like Theo Vaughn though. You don't start drinking and then buy drugs, do you?
I used to. I used to do exactly that. Matter of fact, if we go to Ojos Locos or fucking Longhorn Steakhouse off Northwest Boulevard, I will be in the bathroom doing coke after 2 shots. Like that used to be my habit.
Yeah,
that was before I had goals and aspirations.
Yeah,
you know?
Theo Vaughn, he's like, I don't drink anymore because I start buying drugs.
That's how it works for some people.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I, you know, was unchecked myself, I'm sure that's exactly where that would lead. But, you know, other people, you know, like my wife is an example. She's been sober, clean and sober, completely. 10 years, 10, 11 years. She was bad, you know. She had a lot of mental issues going on. She did a lot of drugs and whatnot. And she went to a rehab program. Did the 12-step thing and then it's been sober ever since.
Wow,
that's cool.
She takes it very seriously.
No,
I don't smoke weed around her. I don't, you know, I drink around her very rarely. If she wants to go out and we end up going to a bar, I'll drink a little bit.
Yeah,
but that's it. Anything else does not go around her.
Yeah, that's huge. That's amazing. You know, it happens it's so rare for somebody to be able to actually bounce back from. Well, I know people.
Lucky. I should be dead right now. Y'all shouldn't be looking. I mean, there's multiple times that, I guess we can go ahead and jump off into it. I mean, so a big problem I'd have is like you said, I'll drink. And that's how I started off. Drinking all through high school. And then I got into, you know, drugs after that. But when I got into coke real bad, I was trying to make money. And I started using it. You know, calls start coming in late. People want coke at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm not up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Then I realized I'm missing out on, you know, $500-$600 depending, you know, on who and what I got going. But so I started using it, and then
just to stay awake.
And then it got to the point where like I would go pick up what I was picking up, and then it would be I have to try it before I get it back to the house. So I'd pull off at this, highway or this motel off Keystone Polk, which I shouldn't even be over there in the first place. You can get shot in that parking lot. And I'm breaking down shit just to try it before I get back to the house. And I'm doing more when I get to the house. It got to the point where I wasn't even making money anymore. And now I'm missing part of my left lung.
Damn.
Because I did so much coke, bro, that I formed a blood clot in my lung. Or it started in my leg. I guess my blood got so thick because I was doing I would say roughly an 8 ball a day. And I was stepping over a log at my grandma's because, I was trying to get away from Dallas for a weekend. I wanted a break. I'm up on coke all the time. So I wanted a break. I went out to my grandmother's and I stepped over a log when we were hog hunting. And I felt this pain in my chest area right here and in my back. I thought, oh man, that's weird. I pulled a muscle doing that. But then 2 weeks later, I couldn't even breathe.
Dang,
that's
bro.
how I was breathing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to the hospital, and I think in my mind, I knew I was dying at that point.
Jesus.
But I was so bad off. I didn't care. I was 132 pounds, bro. I was small. When I told you I got big, I ran from that image of myself. Because I can see, I got pictures of myself on my phone that my mom sent me. We're sitting at Ojos Locos. I met my mom there. I'm coked up. I went to the bathroom, hit a bump just to get by, walked back out to where my mother was sitting and looking her in her face, and she's taking a picture of me. And, I'm not thinking anything of it, but I look at it now and it almost makes me sick to my stomach. But I keep it for that purpose because
this is what I came from.
And this is why I do what I do now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it formed a blood clot in my lung, which is a pulmonary embolism, which should have killed me.
Yeah.
I got lucky. Doctors told me they don't know how I lived.
That's absolutely true. I have a near and dear friend of mine whose 35-year-old son just collapsed in his shower from the same thing.
Yep.
It
happens, man.
And it's so yeah.
That
fortunate
starter rock bottom for me.
Yeah, like something else is, you got something else to do, bro.
Yeah.
Just know that because, not too many people.
Come back from that.
Not too many people survive that, much less have any ability after, to
do what I do.
Yeah.
I don't know how either. Like I said, I feel like, I'm blessed to be able to do it because, like you said, there's no reason I should be here just from that alone. That's one thing.
That's one step.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just one thing.
I wasn't even in prison this last time. I'd already been twice, but those were gravy trains. Those were learning experiences.
Yeah.
This last time was hey, if you come back here again and you do what you do this time, you're gonna die. There was no other options for me. It's one of those roads where they tell you, you either die or go to jail.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was on both of them. I'm in jail, and if this happens again, or if this keeps happening and I don't go home, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Because, so I guess right after that, I had healed up from the embolism, and I still wasn't even done doing coke. I still did it for months afterwards.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. It's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Well, it just makes sense.
Stop. I was trying to get it while I was in the hospital, But luckily, I had people bring it to me, but luckily, when they got there, they were like, you know what, maybe this is the wrong thing to do. And keep in mind, they were battling their own demons then too,
Yeah.
So I no fault to them, but at the same time, that's the kind of life I was living. Those are the people I had around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then too, they're your buddy or whatever at that time. So they're wanting to do what you're asking,
Yeah. Because, they look up to me at the gym now, I kind of have this leadership responsibility.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people love me up there and they see what I do and they want to mimic that or they want to, get their own piece of it, which I love that for them. I want it for them more than I want it for myself. But it was the same way back home.
Yeah.
The people I had around me, wanted to be around me. They wanted to do what I do. I would hand a guy a pistol and be like, here, you're going to sell these drugs for me. And he would do it happily,
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy. You know exactly who you are. Yeah, I'm still friends with him to this day. He's not in the same place we were, but I love that guy.
Yeah.
Travis, you know what I'm talking about. But that wasn't even the worst of it, man. That was just the start.
So you were in prison 2 times before the pulmonary.
Yeah, I went to prison at 19. I caught a charge at 17. Made me a felon. Then I caught a gun charge at 19. Keep in mind, so that's how I was moving. Right. I was robbing people at gunpoint from the age 16 on up. And not just people. Now keep in mind, I had some morals and values. So like we would rob what we call trap houses back in Dallas. We would go to the shitty parts of Dallas. Off, like I said, Keys, Polk, Alabama, Nebraska. These are streets in South Oak Cliff. And we would rob trap houses, call them up, hey, can we get this, this, and this? And then when they get in the car, boom, put a gun to their head, grab the key, go inside the house, yada, yada, whoop, whoop. That's just, I don't know why I did it. There was no reason. I wasn't raised that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stupid shit. And that's just...
nobody was ever raised that way, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. If your parents were decent human beings at all, they didn't raise you that way.
And my parents worked hard. They had their own battles. That's part of what put me on that path was my mom getting robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah.
She worked at a bail bonding place at Immediate Bail Bonds, and I think it was like West Dallas over there off of not Industrial, but Commerce or somewhere over there by Lou Sterrett. It's back home. They'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She got robbed at gunpoint, and I was 13, 14. So she gets robbed at gunpoint. She pulls up the food. Dudes comes out. He just robbed everybody inside this bail bonding business.
So was that in front of you? You saw it?
No, I didn't see this. But what did traumatize me was I answered the phone call after the situation. So the guy robs my mom at gunpoint. My mom, being the badass she is, if you know my mom, y'all know. She he put the gun to her head, said, "You're gonna die today, bitch." And my mom, I guess she had one of the moments where your life flashed before your eyes. Grabbed the gun, hit it. Rocking this dude. Boom, boom. Fights him out of the car. He ends up getting the gun away from her, pistol whips her, and she falls behind the car. He gets in the car. She rolls out of the way as he tries to run her over. Boom, he's gone. They never found the guy, right?
So it was just enough to freak him out, really.
Do what?
It was just enough to freak him out. Like, okay, she's not going down without a fight.
Yeah. And he left, right? Thank God, because he definitely could have killed her right there on the spot.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And she wasn't the same after that for probably 15 years. I answered the phone because she called. And she's screaming on the phone, man. And I can still hear that voice to this day, man. I hate this from my mother, man. I hated hearing this from her. So I answer the phone, and she's screaming, crying. "Where's your dad? I need to talk to dad. Where's dad?" And, I'm like, I'm trying to ask her what's going on. She won't tell me shit, rightfully so. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
So I hand the phone to dad. Dad doesn't say a fucking word. Gone. Books it out the door. And then we found out what happened. And then I started seeing signs of it. My mom had PTSD from it. So she would wake up screaming. She stopped going to work. We lost our house. We had a 6-bedroom home. Pool in our backyard. Baseball field in our backyard. Wiffle ball field, rather. We played wiffle ball in our backyard. You know how they play? They got leagues now.
Yeah.
Well, we had that in our backyard in the fucking early 2000s. Fuck y'all. We created that shit. We had a splashdown stadium, man. I'll forever remember that shit.
Yeah, I bet.
Core memories of my life, bro.
That'd be awesome.
We lost all that. Yeah. Everything.
Now you got to play
changed.
wiffle ball in the street.
Not even, man. I had no love for baseball anymore.
Really?
No love for life.
Yeah.
I started using drugs more. And I started going down that path because I no longer had any guidance. My dad was trying to save himself. My mom had freaked out so much that she left my dad. and started using drugs. And I don't hold that against her. I did it for a long time because how the fuck could you do that? But now that I'm older, and I've made my choices, I kind of, matter of fact, I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you no more.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to work that out. Now me and my mom have one of the best relationships that I could ever ask.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
she got
awesome.
to bounce back. You know, she had to go through her little shit. She got like 10 years for engaging in organized crime after that. Keep in mind, I told you she was a bail bondsman and a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was opposite.
She wasn't weak. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then she went the opposite direction, and I lost my mom. I had to help raise my brother, who's 5 years younger than me. And this happened at 15 years old. That's when she left. I was 15. He was 10. So I was trying to,
take care of all that stuff.
help him. But, I wasn't a role model to begin with. I was a piece of shit. I was starting to be a piece of shit, But that leads up to the coke usage, right? So it escalates progressively, done everything from GHB to acid to mescaline to, what we talked about earlier. And then cocaine was the final stop, and then after that, I had already caught a charge. I was going to sell some cocaine, walked out of it. And it's crazy. This is how I think God works, man, because out of all the shit I was doing when I was using cocaine, I've been under crazy investigations, ones that I can't talk about on camera, right?
Yeah.
To where I've had detectives hitting me up talking about some crazy shit, right? That doesn't even wake me up. So I caught a charge leaving my house, right? Now keep in mind, I usually travel with guns and cocaine.
A bunch of it.
So we had just went shooting. We removed the guns from the car, and I went to go sell a gram of cocaine to a buddy of mine. And I don't know how it happened, but a cop pulls into my neighborhood, makes a right to go right in front of my house. My buddy opens the car door, and as this cop's driving by, I guess he smells marijuana. Keep in mind, I live in a neighborhood. It's a trailer park at the time. It's predominantly Mexican. One of the only white guys in there. There might be 2 or 3 other white guys that stay in there.
Everybody smokes weed.
Everybody's smoking fucking weed.
Yeah.
I'm buying from my neighbor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I'm not doing coke, to come down, like to relax or try to chill, I'm buying from my neighbor. So that's just, I think it was a profiling thing. But if you go back and look at the pictures, I don't blame the guy. I looked like a fucking crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So he smelled weed, stopped, and got lucky. Found coke in my pocket. Really, he was looking for the guns. So that's the first thing he asked for. Where are the guns? Where are the guns at? Where are the guns? So I don't know if somebody was talking to him. There could be a whole bunch of reasons why he stopped at that house.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I had coke in my pocket. I didn't have time to put it in my mouth, get rid of it or whatever, which, again, God works in mysterious ways, because had I done that, would I be here? Stops me, finds it in my pocket. I get locked up. Keep in mind, I'm on shrooms this whole time he locks me up. So I just ate 3 grams of shrooms. God. Right? And I'm going to go drive on these 3 grams of shrooms, which I've done before. So I feel confident in that, right?
Yeah.
So I go to jail. I'm on these shrooms, whatever. And I get out. The whole hospital thing happens, and then I go to jail. So I know I'm not getting out because I've ran from. Let me tell you how they arrested me.
Yeah.
The bounty hunters have to come get me, right? I don't just go to jail. I told them, bitch, y'all are going to have to come get me, right? This is the lifestyle I was living. This is why it's so dramatic, the lifestyle change. Y'all,
Yeah.
And so I tell the bounty hunters they have to come get me. And sure as shit they do.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm 100% going to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm opening up the door for my sister and my niece, who's probably about her age, at the time. And some other guy that my sister was with. And I open up the door. As soon as they walk in, I look to my right out of the trailer, and I see a Chevy. I don't know if it's a 1500 or 2500, but that son of a bitch hit the gas. You can hear it. I don't know. My brain just knew exactly what time it was.
Yeah.
So I go to shoot out the back door. And I shoot out the back door. I make a left out my back door. And there's somebody coming with a gun that way. So I U-turn. And I go and I one hop a fence. Right, I'm over the fence. And all I hear is the guy scream, "Stop or I'm going to shoot." And I don't know what in my brain told me to stop, but I just stopped, got on my knees, and was like, all right, it's a wrap. It's time to go lay down. So I did. And it was probably the best decision I made. There's no bond. I've already skipped court twice. So I go to jail, get clean. I still hadn't changed. I was fighting in county. I got sentenced to 3 years. They offered me 10, which I was like, for a gram of coke? Like, y'all are out of your fucking minds. Damn the background. A gram of coke. I'm obviously have a drug problem. Look at me,
Yeah.
But over in Ellis County, man, they try to railroad you. A lot of people that are going to listen to this understand what I'm talking about. They know where I'm from.
Sure.
They know how it is over there.
Yeah. Small town.
Right. So they come back. I tell them, I wouldn't say small town. It's a decent county now. They got a lot of crazy shit going on over there now. So that's why I'm saying, like, gram of coke and you're offering me 10 years.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So they came back on the second pretrial and they were like, all right, 5 years. And me knowing the system already, I'd already been down twice. Me knowing the system already, I was like 3 years and I'll sign today. They want the conviction because if you came down 5 years, there's something going on. You know what I'm saying?
You might not have enough.
I'm not gonna try to beat a case or whatever. I'm gonna go. If I did, I'm gonna go lay down. That's just how my thought process at the time. So I went and did my 3 years. But so I get to Bradshaw State Jail. So Bradshaw State Jail is they have a state jail which is like a 4th degree felony side. You have a date. You're going home. They can't keep you more than 2 years. Whatever your sentence is, they give you 1.5 years, 6 months, whatever. I was on the TDC side, which makes it a transfer unit. You can do up to 2 years there, and then you go to an ID unit. And that's where like you start meeting your lifers and stuff like that. So how it played out for me was I walk into Bradshaw and they're talking about, oh man, F-dorm's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go down there. So when I go to classification, you talk to the warden and a lieutenant and, somebody else, I don't know, maybe a sergeant, whatever, or 2 lieutenants, I don't know. So I'm talking to him and I ask him, like, please don't put me over there. Please do not. Like, help me out. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And that's probably where I fucked up because they put me right in F3.
Man.
Right. And when I tell you that was probably the worst dorm I could have landed in. So I've never done meth in the world. Okay, I don't want to say I've never done it in the world. But it wasn't my thing. I'd never went and sought out meth. I don't like it. I've seen it ruin my sister's life. I've seen it, touch family. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I had never seen so much meth in my life. They got these things called TDC bowls. You know what I'm talking about? About that big, about that deep, full of methamphetamines. Full of K2. Dude. You know what I'm saying? And so I still hadn't changed it. Yeah. So I'm trying that stuff. I had nothing else to do.
Right.
You're just
going to sit in jail.
I'm indulging in behaviors that have already ruined me.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing it in there. And I was in F3. Like I said, I was smoking what we call tunchi. Right. So I'm getting high. I snorted meth for like 5 days one time and punched one of the Crip homeboys in my face because I thought he was going to stab me. This is crazy. This isn't even me. You know what I'm saying? This is not, I'm a completely, like, I'm a decent individual, but like, I don't know. That was just crazy.
Not on meth.
I can't explain it. I really can't. There was no rhyme or reason. There was no, it's just a chaotic time.
Yeah.
I don't even recognize myself as that human being, but, I punched my homeboys from Dallas in the face. Just because we were sitting at the table and I thought he was going to stab me. Because he was beefing with somebody else over some meth that had got stolen out of the wall, because one of his big homies got locked up.
And you're thinking, man.
And it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
But you had no sleep, bro.
I'm looking at him and I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what? Are we cool? And he was like, yeah, what are you talking about? I don't know, man. I just feel like something's up. And he was like, man, and he kept telling my homie, hey, come get him, bro. Like, come get your boy. And they were like, oh, hey, just go take a nap or whatever. And I don't know. I stood up and the problem is he started fucking with me after that. Right. So he started giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
And then so I just got up and I drilled him. And that started a whole thing, right?
I'm sure.
And that's just one day. Now keep in mind, I was doing this for 10 months. Okay, so what started the major problem, we had a riot somewhere in like November, around the holidays, you know, in Texas prisons. It's hot. Well, I guess not around November and then, but people get testy around the holidays. You know, people want to be home. People want to see their family. Or, you know, there's no telling what everybody else has got going on. So it gets testy. People are making hooch. People are smoking that K2, you know, and so we're making a little bit of money, and greed is a resource. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to pop off over greed. So we were making some money, and, you know, the Bloods didn't like it, and they jumped on us. Well, we kind of shined. You know, they were supposed to whoop our ass, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And so that died down. And then I think around December, another holiday. I don't think it was quite Christmas yet, but another holiday, it popped off again. I would say about 15-on-6. And we didn't do too bad. I think we fought it wasn't like the Blacks this time. It was the Tonga Blast. That's who we had an issue with. And I think that was because one of my buddies had jumped on one of their buddies for talking about white boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just created a whole issue. And our speaker went about it the wrong way and jumped on him. And it was like 3-on-1, which is supposed to be 1-on-1, you know what I'm saying, to squash the business. And he took the opportunity to jump on him 3-on-1. So when they got back from lunch, it popped off. I'm talking about guards in the dorm. It didn't matter. Boom, up in the air. We didn't do bad then. You know, I'll give it to these other dudes, man. I'm still friends with 2 of them. They were youngsters then. They were like 19 at the time. There for like aggravated assault or something like that. They were good dudes. They're good dudes. They're still good people to this day. But we rocked out, man. And I'm for the situation that it was, I'm proud of them, because a lot of white guys in prison won't, you know, they'll what we call catch the rack. You know what I'm saying? When shit's not looking in their favor, they'll catch the rack. These guys didn't. I'll give them that. They stood on their toes. Now keep in mind, I don't fuck with them because they're not good people. Their ideology is not my ideology. I just did what I felt like I had to do at that time.
To survive. Yeah, you're just surviving.
And that's what I thought I had to do. Now keep in mind, looking back now, I could have survived on my own. You know, I could have did all that shit by myself.
Stayed off the drugs and survived yourself.
Or not even that. I could have I didn't need them at all.
Yeah.
You know, it just, I had got down the first time I went to prison. Right. So I had got put down then because I was young, impressionable, and I wanted to be a part of something because I didn't have anything back home. So I wanted to be a part of something, and I thought, okay, this is going to be the rest of my life. I'm making that decision. Fuck it. I was 19.
Yeah.
Okay, well, after this last time, I feel like, all right, well, I've already done this. I got the tattoos all over me. You know, what choice do I have? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna ask me about it to begin with. All right, well, might as well fucking fight about it. Like madman shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But these guys stood up, man. So they fought for themselves, and
you got to give them
that's
that.
More than you can say for a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Because I would catch the rack, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
I'm not mad at you, man.
100%,
I can't be in the prison
It's the pretenders that get me, bro. As long as you're honest with yourself, I'm
can't.
cool with that. Because a lot of people will fucking pretend and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm fucking super this, and this." But then when
you're gonna get,
when 20 of these dudes stand up to 5 of us, you're nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
you're not like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah,
but you know, again, that was a jaded mindset. But so the last part. Now we're going to the last right because there was 3. So after the second one, right, again, I said we shine. They didn't like that. So I feel like there was a plot in place that took, you know, another about month or so for them to, I guess, work up the courage to do. Because, you know, setting off a riot in prison is not like a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah,
it's not.
It can happen, but most of the time there's planning.
Yeah,
there's some type of targeted event. So when I say it's a riot, this last one was more like a group assault. There was, again, 6 of us in that dorm. I had got home from, I want to say it was education. I was in a drug program trying to make parole and whatnot. And I think I'd actually already made parole, and I had to finish the program. And then I was going to leave in 17 days to go home.
So now when you're in prison, you got 17 days. Are you getting excited kind of like I'm out of here in 17 days? Or
no, I'm nervous, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm going to do when I get home.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know how I'm living in here. If I go home doing the same shit, I'm just right back.
I'm going to be right back. Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways, because I was supposed to go home then.
I got you.
So it pops off, right? I get back into the dorm after education, and there's like, you just walk in and you can tell that there's more people in here than should be in here. It's supposed to be like, think it was either a 58-man dorm or a 60-man dorm. I want to say 58 man, but there was probably about 70 people in there.
Mm. And you can just feel the difference.
And they weren't my people.
Yeah.
You know? And so I go to my rack and I tighten my boots up. And as I walk back across the day room to go to the back part and go to the bathroom, it ignites. They're hitting my buddies with mop sticks, putting shanks in their necks.
Dang, bro.
I turn around and my buddy. It's funny, every time it popped off that N.O. was the person I would fight. So N.O.'s from New Orleans, right? Buddy of mine. I'd smoked with him. He's like, my cells right, or my bunk's right here. Here's the next bottom bunk. His was up here, right? So it's kind of like what I would call my celly at the time, right? Good buddy of mine. Keep in mind, I'm not racist. I don't, condoning that activity. I hang out with these people, especially in the penitentiary. It caused me a lot of problems with my own people in there, right? So I turn around and N.O.'s right there, and I guess he just chose me to fight every time, right? So me and N.O. are going at it, and the next thing I know, I get hit by this other smaller dude. I can't remember his name right now, but I was cool with him at the time. And so I'm getting jumped on, and I'm like, okay. So I just fall to the ground because I'm not going to win standing up, and I'm pushing myself up underneath the table. So I get up underneath the table. Everything's cool. I'm not hurt. Nobody's fucked me up yet. And they get disinterested, and I don't even think they really wanted to fight me. I think it was just something that they had to do.
Yeah.
Right. They wanted to get us out of there, and I was part of who they wanted to get out of there. Keep in mind, these what I thought were my friends. I don't think they wanted to do it, but again, they had to. So I get out from underneath the table, and I know to keep moving around. If you stay stationary, they're going to flock on you. So I'm moving around, I'm running, I'm just hitting people, right? And before I realize it, I'm the only white guy that's fighting in the door. Everybody else is by the front door. And I realize it's calmed down now. I don't know how long. It probably took 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They done beat all my homeboys out of the door, whooped the shit out of them. Apparently they hit them with mop sticks. And like I said, they had the shanks and whatnot. So I look, and after everything's calmed down, I'm looking at the door, and I'm like, and I see everybody there, and they're all looking at me, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? Like, I'm cool. I can stay. I ain't see shit. Everything's cool. And they're like, nah, man, we hate to do it, but you got to go too. All right, bud, let's go. And so I call it the gauntlet. So they were lined up on 2 sides. Oh, and I had to run, and I ran to the door as fast as I could to run through them, right? So yeah, I picture it like you play football, right? You ever played high school football?
I didn't. I've seen him play it.
Okay, so they got the things that you run through.
Yeah.
Football tuck, and you run through the pads, and it knocks you back and forth. So it was like that. And I run, I hit the line. They're hitting me from both sides, and I dive into the door, and luckily the door was unlocked. It's a steel door, heavy door. So I dive headfirst into it, got my hands up. I hit the door. It opens up. I'm off balance, so I'm like almost like bear crawling till I can catch my feet. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm out. The guards are out here. We're good. I turn and look, and then sure enough, here comes N.O. and about 6 other dudes, right? And I'm like, man, they really just chased me out here? Like, this is when I know it's like live. Like, I got people, because it's a 4-dorm facility, like building. So we're in F3. There's F4, F2, and F1. And they're all at the window. Just banging on the window.
Screaming.
Right? Yeah, it's live. It's a crazy environment.
It's live. Yeah.
And so I run and I hit the back wall to F2. It had to, because we're F3. F2 or F1, F1, F2, F3, F4. So F1. So I hit F1, the wall right underneath the windows, and I stand up, and then NO's coming at me, and I get me one, right? I get NO, and then I get overwhelmed. I just fall to the ground because I have nothing else to do. At some point, there's no point in fighting back. You're just gonna get fucked off, right? And so I lay there, and I'm getting stomped on. It doesn't hurt. That's one thing I remember about all of it is none of it hurt. I didn't feel anything. I wasn't super fucked up, So I'm looking at the guard at the same time I'm getting stomped on, and I'm like, "Hey, are you gonna do something?" And she's like, "Yeah," and sprays me. Right?
Yeah. What?
Right. It clears the area. It gets him off of me. Right. But this lady sprays the fuck out of me, bro.
Damn, son.
That was the worst part of the whole thing. I could have went back in there and fought him again. Would have been totally fine. For the next 3 days, I was not allowed to shower. So I'm in 23-hour lockdown. Keep in mind, I'm sweaty. It's, just went through this tragic event or traumatic event. And I got mace all over me. They won't allow me to go take a shower. And on the third day, when I finally got to go take a shower, that shower was scalding hot.
Oh, the last thing you want.
Yeah. The last thing I want. And now keep in mind, I should have took their advice and not took the shower, I guess, because when I took the shower, it made it worse. So not only is it on my face and my chest, and it's now all down my body. Yeah. And I have to go back to my cell and endure this, right? And I think that's the moment where I was like, fuck this. This is not who I am. This is not what I want to be. And if this keeps happening, I'm going to fucking die in here.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to keep going harder and harder and harder. Because I could have definitely become more jaded at that time. I could have definitely made a choice to be like, all right, I'm going to get out here and stab the next motherfucker that looks at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that was definitely an option. And I wanted to.
It's definitely an option.
It's definitely an option.
Yeah.
And at that point, I got G4'd. So G4 is medium custody in Texas. You're no longer allowed to stay on a minimum security unit. So they sent me to Wallace unit. I was in lockup, 24-hour lockdown, maybe got a shower every 2-3 days. No recreation, no nothing like that. You're in your cell till you get shipped the fuck off. So they shipped me to Wallace unit. Wallace unit was a Tonga Blast ran unit. It's a predominant gang over there. Those guys are nasty. They will fucking kill you. And those guys are doing life. These guys are here for murder. I'm in here for selling fucking drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not even selling drugs. I'm in here for possession. They didn't know I was selling drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't get caught selling drugs. I didn't have the mass amount on me that was sitting in the house, that I could have got caught for.
Yeah.
So I'll say, Lord, ways, mysterious ways. So I could have been gone a long time.
Yeah.
I'm getting blessed in all these different situations. You know what I'm saying?
You can't see it yet.
I didn't see it at the time because I could have been fucked off. When I got outside the Sally Port, my other 5 homeboys, they were laid out on the ground puking with concussions. Mop sticks got wrapped around their heads, like crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, I left my shoes in there. And I got up to go walk back in to get my shoes until the guards grabbed me and said, no, they're going to kill you if you go back in there.
Yeah.
So they send me to Wallace unit, and that unit gets shut down. So they send me to a maximum security, which is Eastham unit. Y'all know, y'all remember, the Clyde Bureau? Bonnie and Clyde?
Yeah.
So Clyde was at this unit, right?
Oh, crap.
This unit he chopped his toes off at.
You
hear all these stories. Matter of fact, go listen to St. Liam. He has a song called Eastham Prison Blues. And it's a song about that prison. I found it when I got out, and I was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's in Lovelady, Texas, man. It was a maximum security unit, and that's when I first got there. They were like, I had a guy come up to me, and he handed me a box, and was like, this was left in my cell. Guy left, you're probably going to need this. Okay, cool. Put it up, went to chow, came back, opened it up to shank. I got months left. I think 10, 12 months left, on the rest of my sentence. And these guys are doing life. These guys are doing 60
So after
years.
the fight, you had 17 days, and after the big fight, you ended up catching more time for that.
Oh, yeah, they took my parole.
Yeah.
I'll leave that part out, man.
Yeah.
So here's the crazy part about the parole situation. Take a drink on that one. So, because this was a traumatic event in and of itself. So, I'm in lockup for the last riot, right? And I've already made parole, so I'm on a schedule to be shipped to a release unit. They send me to that unit, and the day comes that I'm supposed to go home. I'm thinking, oh, they didn't catch it. I haven't signed my case yet, so they're not going to, parole's going to let me out. Like, I'm going to barely escape this shit, right? Fuck no. My day comes, right? I'm already at this unit. Now, keep in mind, so I go to, what's the unit? Hutchins unit in Dallas, right? That's where they're going to release me from. And I get back to K building. K building is a lockup building. I'm not allowed to be around population anymore. And this K building is freezing. You would like it there, actually. Believe it or not. If it wasn't fucking lockup, you would like it because it was like 58 degrees in that motherfucker, man. Freezing cold. And so I gave all my shit away. I'm like, oh man, I'm going home. I got lucky. That sucks, bro. Let's go. The morning comes and they get you out of your cell at about 5 a.m. You'll start going through the process of getting to the gate and going on. And about 5:15 rolls around. I'm like,
dang, what?
Hey, what's going on? This is my release date. It's the whole reason I'm at this unit. Like, I'm supposed to go home. A couple guards come by. They don't pay me no mind. One of them finally took pity on me, I guess, and took my ID card. Went and ran it through the computer to see what was going on. Came back and he was like, I don't know what happened, but you're not getting released today.
Dang.
I tell you, I ain't never been so crushed in my life.
I bet, man.
Fuck a breakup.
I bet.
That right there, man. It was a debilitating. Like, I was sick to my stomach, man. And
then you knew what happened. You knew.
So how long did you have to stay after that?
I think it was like 11 and a half months.
11 and a half months.
Yeah. And that's when I went to those other 2 units that were real deal.
Yeah.
And I got to experience that, which I think was crucial for me.
It was necessary for your steps.
It was necessary for what had to happen and for me to grow as a human being.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I still indulged in some behaviors I shouldn't have. But it wasn't as bad as it was at Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And at that point,
was it just as available though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very much so.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to do it anymore. I'm not going to say that I didn't take part in sometimes.
Yeah.
But I wasn't nose deep. I wasn't
staying up for days at a time.
You know what I'm saying? No, there was none of that. I'd never touched meth again.
Yeah.
No, that was after I went to sleep from that whole situation. I never did it again.
Oh, okay.
Never fucked with it.
Okay. Yeah.
That was my lesson on the meth. Now I did smoke the K2, and I dealt with my emotions that way when I got to Eastham and whatnot.
So for all the other people out there like me, what is K2? Because I have no clue.
I'm pressed because you don't know it. It's just what they call the synthetic marijuana.
Okay.
So they sprayed chemicals on this fucking potpourri.
Damn.
And
you're basically just smoking paper with bug spray on it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But I've never seen demonic possession. I don't know what it would look like, but if I had to guess, it would be a motherfucker on K2. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen people throw up blood and just be like, oh, just on some weird demonic eyes rolling in the back of their head shit.
Yeah.
I never freaked out like that, but I also wasn't smoking it like everybody else was smoking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I moderated myself, but they were also like, getting fucking high, but I was just, I guess what I would call pussyfooting around. And so I never freaked out like they freaked out or like I've seen.
That's a whole nother part of prison too, is you got to deal with all that.
Yeah. You got these guys that are doing life in prison and they're smoking this shit. There's no telling.
And there's not going to lose anything. They have nothing to lose.
That's what made me realize that I didn't want to go back. That's when I got to Eastham. A situation had arisen that had nothing to do with me. I was keeping my nose down. I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? I know these guys are playing by a different set of rules. And that's exactly what one guy told me. Is this blood dude? He had an issue. One of his little youngsters had an issue with one of our guys, and I had nothing to do with the situation. We called a meeting together. Me, my buddy Ezra, we all called a meeting because we didn't want it to become something that it didn't have to be.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I appreciated about the maximum security units. And if you've ever been there, if you've ever experienced that, they handle things a little bit differently. It doesn't have to go to that extreme. At least not in the Texas prisons. They'll mitigate that before it happens. They'll let these two motherfuckers handle their business. And that's basically what happened. But one of the guys in that meeting, you know, he was doing a life sentence. And he made that statement. He goes, you know, guys, like, I'm doing life. I'm never going home. I play by a different set of rules. So if we want to go there, we can go there. And that's when I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, I'll do what I have to do if I have to do it. But at the same time, like, why am I here, man? I'm not.
Yeah.
This is not what I wanted for my life.
It's not what I wanted for my life.
Yeah.
But how the fuck did I end up here? So I get released from that unit, or not from that unit. They sent me to
one or two bad decisions.
What do you mean?
That's what got you there.
10, 12.
Well,
but yeah,
in the
that's
end,
what started the process.
yeah, it's one or two bad decisions that
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. And
starts
that's
it
all
all
it
out.
takes. That's why you got to watch what you do. So they sent me to Walls unit, which is the oldest unit in Texas. I get released from there, and I'm scared shitless, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. I know how I was just living. I know I don't want to go back to that. I know I don't want to do this anymore. What do I do? What do I do with myself? And a lot of people that are coming out of prison, they're going to tell you the same thing. They have no idea what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to go report to parole and try to get a job. It's the first two things.
And then, but that's those, it's, you just got out of prison. You don't have a car to get back and forth to parole. So you're going to have to depend on somebody else.
Yep.
You have no job record.
And not one that you want to talk about.
Yeah. And then so you're sitting there like, hey, bro, will you just give me a chance?
And
now?
that's exactly, you literally have to humble yourself like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've never had a problem getting a job because I would take that approach. Like,
yeah,
we'll discuss during interview on, do you have a felony? You know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I don't know if it's the way I talk. I don't know if I'm just a personal human being, but, you know, I talk to them like, hey man, I made some mistakes. You know, I'm not that type of individual. Will you please just give me a chance? You know, I promise my work ethic will speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that seems to work. Class A CDL. So I got that in 2012 just I got lucky, got out of prison the first time, got a Class A CDL. As I got my regular driver's license, like a week later, I went and got my CDL just because I didn't know what I was going to do, you know?
Yeah.
So luckily I had that. And so I got a truck driving job. Those are easy to find. If you have a Class A CDL, you can pretty much walk anywhere, say you have experience. And I taught myself how to drive a standard semi truck. You know, I didn't know how to drive that shit. I didn't know how to shift gears. I didn't know how to float shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they put me in the truck and they were like,
do
do you know what you're doing? And I was like, yeah. And I taught myself probably within, what it was, a 10-hour workday.
Yeah.
I came back the second day and was shifting just fine and got in the groove of it then and was making money, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what I dove into when I got out this last time. I dove into my work.
Overall, how long did you spend in prison?
All right. So it was split up. But I would say 5.5 to 6 years out of my 20s.
God, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. I had, and that includes county time and everything. That wasn't like flat time.
Sure, I mean, I get that, but
I was locked up probably about 5.5, 6 years out of my 20s.
Yeah.
And that started at 19, 20. I got out at 21, went back a year later. My daughter was born at, 2015. So I was 22, went to prison a week before she was born. Probably one of the biggest regrets of my life. But then I got out, I think it was 10 months later, something like that. And then I went back and did a 3. Before that, I had did a 3. That first sentence was a 3-year sentence. So
all of that to say that if you're living that life,
it's not worth it, man.
You can bounce back because you have, right?
Yeah. Truth of the matter is, brother, most people aren't. That's one thing I'm glad that it comes up in this organic fashion because it's something I definitely wanted to talk about, man. one thing I've noticed since getting clean from drugs, and keep in mind I do drink. I'm not going to say I'm completely sober. That would be a lie. But one thing I've noticed is once I left that lifestyle, I have a lot of friends that are dying right now. I'm talking about like once or twice a month.
Man.
So it's crazy that you say that, because in my 30s, I felt like I had a lot of friends that.
I had a guy, Carlos, call it, man. I love you, brother. I miss you. He just committed suicide last month or a month ago, about a month and a half ago.
Man, that is.
It's rough.
Before him was Josh Swanner, cirrhosis of the liver. He's my age.
Golly,
before him, Cameron Childs, overdose at his parents' house. Love you, brother. Trust that's the only reason I'm bringing you guys up, is because I want y'all to live forever, man. Gary Grahowski was the first one that died at 17, man. I got his shit tattooed on me right here. It says my brother's keeper. His mom actually comes to my fights. She comes from Florida. If you watch my fight against Jackson, you notice I mentioned him in my post-fight.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones that died of an overdose. We were 17 years old.
Golly, that's insane, dude.
That's crazy, man.
So that's kind of where it started. And not just him, but Cameron Biggs too. The overdose. Got a lot of friends that are dying right now and struggling. And that's what drives me so much more to do what I do, is because I couldn't tell you the messages I get all the time, especially around fight time, or, when these guys like Cameron Childs, talked to him a couple weeks before he OD'd, I knew he was struggling. He had just went to the hospital because I'm pretty sure he had OD'd before, and something happened to his arm because he passed out, fell asleep on his arm, and fucked up some nerves in his arm. And I had seen that. I knew what caused it. We don't have to say, but I knew because I've been there, brother. I understand. And so I try to talk to him, try to give him a word of encouragement, because they see what I'm doing now and they look up to it. They want it for themselves.
Yeah.
I want it for them.
Yeah.
But statistically speaking, bro, it's not going to fucking happen. When I tell you I got blessed, I got lucky. I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
At all, man. I should have died in one of those riots. Should have died from the drug usage. And there was even I wrecked one of the trucks when I got out. Rolled that bitch 4 times. No seatbelt. Was half ejected from the vehicle before it stopped rolling. And I'm still here. Not a scratch on me. Got up, walked through the windshield. People that witnessed the wreck thought I was dead. When I walked out, they were pale.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? There's no reason
There's a reason.
But I can't fathom it.
Well, you probably don't even know it yet.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I do now. I see what I can be for these people that are struggling.
Yeah,
absolutely, man.
I see. I'm what they want.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was there. I've seen it. I wanted it for myself. You know what I'm saying? You see these people on TV, I want to be like that. I'm over here struggling with drugs. I know they want it too, and I'm their friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they see it so close to home, and it's just right out of their reach. All it takes is them stopping.
Yeah, bro.
But what does it take to stop, man? It took me. I just told you what it took me.
Yeah.
So it's
like
not easy to stop.
No.
I mean, I've seen it time and time and time.
Family
again.
members, a bunch of people. Yeah.
Family members, people that I love with my whole heart.
Family. I got family that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That'll probably never change. And
I don't foresee the people that I know changing either. But
yeah,
all you can do is be there for them when they want you to be, because a lot of times,
and even to a certain point, because at some point it's just enabling too.
Yes.
That's the hard part, is because
you gotta,
when they come to me, hey, can you help me make my car payment? I want to so bad.
I know.
I wish I could, but I have before, but now I can't, bro, because I can't trust to give you this money.
Yeah.
For you to spend it on that. Next thing I know, your car's repoed and you're high as shit. I can't condone that, because I don't want you. If I give you that and you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Then you just died on my dime, really. Yeah.
And my wife taught me that. I told you my wife's been sober.
Yeah.
Really long. My brother hit me up for some money. You know what I'm saying? Not anymore. He's doing good, but I would enable him for a long time. Just because that's my brother. That's my brother. I told you how I tried to help raise the kid.
Yeah.
And so if anything he needed, there wasn't even a question asked.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask twice. It's yours, brother. Can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
My wife told me, look, you're just enabling him.
Yeah.
You're giving him an escape.
Yeah.
Same thing with my sister. I got a sister that's not doing too good, and I can't even answer the phone for her.
Yeah.
I love her to death. Do anything for her, but you gotta want to change first. I want to see it. So that's one thing that
it is difficult, man. It is difficult because I would like to go get my family member, bring him out of the woods where he's living. He's definitely he's living in a tent in the woods. Daisy? No.
Okay, I was about to say because I met a guy that was living in a tent in Saudi Daisy not too long ago when I was fishing. Got popped out of the woods with a Mountain Dew, a chalice, right? Yeah, full of Mountain Dew and ice. Where'd you get the ice from, brother?
Yeah, yeah.
So just make sure that wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's not
know where he's at.
I want to, but I know that it's just going to be an enabling process. Yeah. That's all I would be doing.
And it's hard, man.
Yeah. Especially people you love, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And that could be your friends too, man. And like I said, and one thing I want to put out there, man, if you're watching this and you're struggling, back home, you know me.
Anybody, not just
anybody. Yeah, not even if you know me, bro. If you're struggling, one thing I want you to know is I understand. I get it. You're not alone. So if you don't have anybody, shoot me a fucking private message, man. I'll talk to you. We can work through situations. We can, look up programs if you want to really want change. We'll, give you the avenues to find that change, man. This last thing I want is for you to feel so desperate or so lost that you don't want to be here anymore and you take your own life, or that you are feeling those same feelings and you go and end up getting fentanyl in your system and you die. Man.
Yeah.
Just please, you're more than welcome to DM me. You're more than welcome to hit me up.
And we have said the same thing on this show before, bro.
Yeah.
That's very important to me. And again, that's another responsibility that I feel I have that drives me to get up every day is one, because I don't want to be there. I don't want to be that anymore. And I want to give kids that or where I was, to felt how I felt after my mom had to do what she did, or even adults that are I'll tell you about the people that are still using drugs. Like I want to give them an image or a hope or something.
Yeah.
And I noticed that's what I give in this pursuit that I'm going after, man.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest glory I get from it. The winning's fun. Fighting for the belts is awesome. Winning the belts is awesome. But at the end of the day, man, I really want to fucking help people. A lot of people asked me when I was getting ready to come home from prison, or, they would ask in these classes that I would take, it'd be like, what do you want to do when you go home? Never had an answer.
Yeah.
Not one time. Did I know exactly what I wanted to do? And much less did I think I was going to be a fucking fighter.
Yeah.
But my answer was, I just wanted to be a good man. And that's important to me.
Yeah.
And I think so far, I think I've done that.
Yeah, man.
Just keep doing that and striving for that.
From what I hear, that's the case.
Yeah.
100%. Like just, talking to the other fighters, what you've said here today, definitely are that. So even if
you can tell they all look up to you. For real.
They do. Yeah,
man.
They speak highly of you for real.
Responsibility. I don't want to let those guys down.
Yeah.
I love those guys. They look out for me. They help me get better,
and that keeps you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I want to show. Matter of fact, I'm not going to the gym today because I'm here with you guys.
Yeah.
A little fucked up about it. I'll be there first thing in the morning. Yeah. So, matter of fact, I got a guy coming in tomorrow, man. He just got clean. He's from around here. I worked with him over at C&M Disposal. He was the stepson of the supervisor I worked under, and he worked there. And then I guess he fell off, went to Florida, got on meth again, and just fucked himself off. So he hit me up and he was like, "Hey man, I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing. I finally got sober. I'm married now." I was like, "Cool, yeah, man. But what are you doing? Like, just working?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do something with yourself? Cool. Come to the gym. So he'll be at the gym tomorrow morning.
Heck yeah, dude.
We're gonna see if we can get him started on a righteous path. You know?
Yeah, man.
But that's exactly what I live for. Is that right there?
That's awesome,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
For guys like that, hit me up. That see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They want a part of it. They want a piece of it.
Yeah.
It's
Because they know that
super
you
possible.
they know that you understand
Yeah.
the draw to all of it, and then they see that, hey,
I'm
this-
lucky to be that bridge.
It's possible.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know what
awesome.
I'm saying? I'm very blessed to be that bridge between that lifestyle and
Yeah.
something so I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Fulfilling.
Yeah, fulfilling some I don't know the word I'm looking for right now.
Yeah.
Something freeing. Something that's gonna give them a purpose to
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's a habit, right?
Yeah.
So you can't
Drugs
you
are a
don't-
habit.
You don't put habits down.
Going to the gym is a
You
habit.
don't-
Yeah.
It's a habit. So
Yeah.
where I okay, I want to use, I'm gonna go to the gym. I feel this type of depression, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yeah.
I don't like the mood I'm in, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yep.
Like it's
Man.
just you
And every
replace one
time-
habit for the other. And when I
and-
tell you I'm addicted to the gym, I'm addicted to the gym.
And every
It's,
time you go to
different.
the gym,
it's
it's
invigorating. It's
yep.
great. I love it, man. Like I said, went through I couldn't go to the gym because I was injured. About 3 weeks, I just got to go this week. And when I tell you the happiest I've been in 3 weeks was when I went on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know?
Now,
I
so
need
you
that.
go on Tuesday, do you walk out, you're like smiling, or is it,
Yeah.
yeah,
I get in the car and I wouldn't say smiling, but I'm happy.
You're content.
My,
Yeah.
my heart's happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like,
I
I
don't
don't feel that cloud over me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I can feel it start to dissipate and like, all right, I'm back on my purpose.
You release
know?
those hormones, bro. You get all that
Yep.
endorphins going, bro.
Endorphins and all that stuff.
Dopamine
man.
and-
that same high you can get that has all these fucking terrible side effects that you get off drugs that you're scoring from these dudes that don't really give a fuck about you. You can literally go to the gym and get that same feeling.
Yep.
Matter of fact, when I walk, there's not a drug I could compare to walking to that ring or that cage. Not one.
Nope.
I bet, man.
No.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
That's
Them pupils dilate.
Yeah.
That's the same, brother. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's wild that you put it that way, man, because it's a true story. I mean, I can't,
You almost get it. You can almost get the same feeling from watching.
bro.
You get that adrenaline.
It's pretty crazy.
You can get it from
Yeah.
just being a fan.
You can,
being
bro.
in
Just-
the building, and you
just-
feel it. Almost like a
yeah.
collective, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Like when I watch
Especially
you
when you watch Riley put a foot across somebody's fucking face.
I know it.
in 8 seconds, and if y'all
it was
hadn't,
actually like
2
it was
seconds.
5.
it was-
3 to 5.
Yeah.
And the bell, they couldn't stop the clock fast
yeah, no,
enough. There
yeah,
was still like 2 seconds after they hit the clock to
Yeah.
stop, and it wouldn't stop. That's why
Yeah.
it was 8 seconds. It should
Yeah.
really like 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's insane.
maybe 4.
I asked him, I was like, Riley, what did you read when you saw that? Like, what did you,
Yeah.
like, what made you decide to lead with that kick? Now, keep in mind, we had kept a combo that was like lead high kick, 1-2. Like, that's just a combo
Yeah.
that we throw. I like it. He's even better at it than I am because he's so wiry and I don't know, he can do it better. He said he saw him drop his hands when the ref asked him, "Are you ready?" His hands lowered. So he just went to run a combo. Whack up.
Man.
And you got your
That's OV, son.
I mean, he literally came out and
It's
threw.
awesome.
I think the other guy threw a jab first, and then he just
Oh, it looked like he was damn chasing him almost.
Well,
well,
Riley.
Riley, like he was either stumbling or something, and
Oh yeah. Well, the first thing Riley threw was the kick. Kick sent him backwards. So
Yeah.
yeah, right. And Riley's momentum was forward because with that style of kick he threw it on a slide. So he wasn't standing in place when the kick was thrown. He was technically sliding across the mat
yeah,
as the kick was thrown. So his momentum was already going forward. And then that's what, you have a preconceived combo in your head. That's
Yeah.
where the other 2 shots came from.
oh yeah,
yeah.
Illegal. Great work, man.
yeah.
very illegal, but
Yeah, the refs
It
understood
was-
the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Chandler Goen, which is a good dude. They understood. I
Yeah.
think anywhere else pros that's DQ, but
Yeah.
And then he
guys are learning.
he
Yeah.
definitely
Hard feelings,
he
and he
definitely
apologized.
apologized to
Yeah.
his opponent as well.
Yeah, he did.
That's
He's-
one thing I like about this whole game is the respect.
It is.
The respect factor, like even
Mad respect all across the board.
Yeah. And like some of my good friends now I've fought in this game. You know what I'm saying? Jackson Killian, I'm good friends.
Good
with him.
friends
I talk
with
to him
him.
weekly.
Yeah.
You know, good dude. And I've just, you know, they say that you are the, you know, the sixth person of the five people you surround yourself with. So these are the people I get to surround myself with now.
Yeah.
So I don't have those issues that I used to have. I surround myself with, you know, gangbangers and yada yada woo, people that were doing no good, and now I got this.
Yeah.
These group of gangbangers, bro. These motherfuckers are for real. Man, I have a good time, and I'm just glad that I get to live this life. I got a long way to go. I'm 10 fights in, and I'm about to go pro. I never in my life thought I would be a pro anything.
Yeah.
You know, I had the opportunity to play baseball. Had I not chose the life I live, I could have did something there. Just like my dad. My dad definitely, he had, was it fucking not Rudy Harmilio? Who was the coach for the Longhorns back in?
You got
Mac Brown?
Was it Mac Brown?
Mac
Brown.
Texas.
Yeah,
Texas.
Yeah, it's Mac Brown.
Yeah. Mac Brown in my dad's living room. You know what I'm saying? And he blew it. He blew that chance to go play for the Longhorns college baseball for booze and women. Okay.
Dumb 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 17-year-old mistakes. Yeah.
Terrible. And that's a regret he has. Love him to death, man.
Yeah.
And his batting instructor was Rudy Harmilio. He was a batting instructor for the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? My dad played for the videos, hitting fucking 415-foot home runs at 13 years old, looking like he was 21.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. There's a different breed of baseball then. At least that's what I thought. I guess they're looking older now, but it's crazy. But you know, I never thought I'd have this opportunity, man, and I'm just glad I get to take off with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome,
I
bro.
want to bring these guys with me. You've got to talk to them.
Yeah.
I think TJ has more of a shot to do something than I do.
He's young still.
Young, and his wrestling background, the dude's sick.
Yeah.
And I was telling him that the other day, bro. I was like, man, I don't whatever you got going on in your personal life, man, I really hope that you can stick with this.
Yeah.
Because
I do too, man. I hope he can too.
You literally, there's no top for you.
Yeah.
There's a belt with gold and the letters UFC on it for you if you want it that bad.
Yeah.
Because
it's pretty crazy because everybody says the same thing.
You know, I have a time frame on my shit. You know,
you haven't got to see TJ fight
yet.
No.
But I just want to achieve everything I can achieve and take these guys with me.
You know how fast Rally
I've seen it on videos, but I haven't watched it.
It's in live in person. It's completely different. Like you see how fast Riley kicked that dude in the head.
Yeah,
that's how fast TJ can take you to the ground.
Yeah,
and then just hold you there.
Yeah,
like he's going to hold you there. That's what he's done.
And he'll never get above this level.
Right.
You'll shoot your shot. He'll redirect you, and he'll stay at this level. You'll go to raise up to reset yourself, and he's
on you.
On your hips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why between him, Chris Henderson, who's a really good wrestler,
is he at your gym as well?
He's on a hiatus right now. He's got some stuff he's taking care of.
Gotcha. But he was there.
All-American wrestler.
I gotcha.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's the one that got my wrestling semi-decent first, him and Billy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, now TJ's come along, and when I tell you, like, me and TJ at first TJ was, and I'm bigger than TJ. TJ's smoking me on the wrestling side.
Yeah.
I couldn't get any type of control. But like I told you, just went back Tuesday. Me and TJ are neck and neck, you know,
getting a
shot for shot, getting back and forth.
Heck
man.
yeah, bro.
I really got to thank that guy for getting my shit right. You know, he asked me, hey, what do you think you need to
iron
work
sharpens
on?
iron, right?
Yeah,
so that's the way
it is, man.
That's the way it goes. Yeah.
And while he's showing me that, you know, on striking days, let's get over here.
Come with me.
Let's work on these. You know, let's correct your kicks. You know, let's hide them a little bit better. Let's work on that jab.
And when he was here, he was saying, I work on striking with somebody else.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
And they work with me when it's wrestling time.
Yeah,
so
that's what it is, man.
You're just in there sharpening each other's skills and holding each other down.
It's crazy the growth we've seen in probably the last 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
You know, between a lot of the competitors, even the debuts were just looking monstrous. Logan, debut, monstrous.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I was So matter of fact, when he finished that dude, I cleared the railing with one hop and was in the ring. I was super excited for this dude.
He said that. He told us that, and he was like, "He's not supposed to be in there. He wasn't supposed to be in there at all."
Yeah, man, I can't. As much as I'm invested in myself, I've put time into these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Billy has, just like Master John has, and
One thing about Logan, and I told him
excited.
during the podcast, man, for a 145 or whatever he weighs, he was throwing hard punches, bro.
And it's weird because, like, in the gym, I don't feel like he's throwing that hard. He doesn't hit that hard, And again,
He's
we're
not trying to
take
kill
care
it.
of each other,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So to see him at like
like
on go,
100%, yeah.
dude
He was-
trying to get up almost on his hands and knees,
I
right?
know.
He sends him.
Yeah.
It picks him up.
I know, dude, and sits him back down.
Yeah.
Sits him back down on his back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty
I'm
awesome.
so happy for him.
Yeah. That was he was a fun interview too. He was
I was just watching on my way here. I
Yeah.
still got about 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it on the way home.
yeah, but man, all of you guys though, there's a lot of similarities. We're interviewing all of you. I'd like to interview everybody that's in your gym.
We
Anybody?
appreciate it, man. We appreciate the spotlight. You have a platform,
Yeah.
We appreciate it because also a lot of people don't get to do this shit. A lot of
I
people
know.
not experiences.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure that this, whether it be a once in a lifetime thing or a start of
Something bigger.
something, you get to help. You're part of building these guys in
Yeah.
this setting.
Absolutely,
This is the
man.
second or third podcast I've been on, and I probably the best setup, the best. Like, I don't know, the environment's right, man. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good place.
Cool, man. Cool. We're thinking about changing the whole setup. The set that we're sitting on right now.
Mhm.
We're going to change it up a little bit, probably in the coming year. But it's going to cost some money. So
I hear that.
We're
I don't
trying
have
to-
it right now.
Yeah.
I get it.
we're trying to change it up just a little bit to try to make it more MMA friendly,
What are you gonna do? Put some fucking memorabilia up? Or what?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. I hadn't figured that part out yet.
I'll tell you what, put a little like a cage setting in the background, like a fence. You know what I'm
Oh yeah, we could do that with green
saying?
screens.
Some belts.
We could.
If you
We could
come
green
across
screen all that.
some at least decently priced like UFC memorabilia. You
We
know
got
what
some
I'm
big
saying?
green screens sitting back there.
What is it?
Green screens, so we could make it whatever we want to make it.
That'd
Oh, that would work.
Yeah,
be crazy.
it would be wild.
That'd be a lot of work.
Just have Forrest
Yeah.
Griffin. going
Green
ham
screen
in
in
the
this would be a
background.
lot of work.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a
The
we got-
aesthetic now is pleasing. Let's not sleep on that though. You guys,
yeah,
got it going on
looks
right
good. Yeah, looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
It's a chill environment.
It's a chill
that's-
environment.
that's-
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
important. And I think that's what it takes to create an organic conversation.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you got guys sitting here like,
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
know.
uncomfortable or
You
whatever.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more of a conversation than an interview. And
Yeah.
I think that's what I don't know. It's just better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I like the interview ideas, like we're going to ask you questions. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know you that
Especially
well.
the first time, bro.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah.
next time it's going to be even more organic,
Yeah.
really. You know what I'm saying? Because we're just trying to get everybody to know who these people are, you and everybody else, and
Backgrounds and shit.
let people
Yeah,
understand
and
what's
the
going
next
on.
time you come on, we might just be kicking it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We just
With it, bro.
It'd be
shooting the
really,
shit for real.
it'd be
you know?
really cool if we could get C-Mac, all y'all at the same time
Yeah,
in here.
4 of us. in
Three or
here at a
four of
time.
us. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Man,
just to
normal
see y'all.
dudes. Man, I had it in my head right then. It came to me real quick, faded. I don't know.
Yeah, normal dudes at CMAC.
Yeah.
But
Group session. Who do
the,
you want to see fight? Is the question.
all of you.
I definitely want to see
all of
If you
them.
had to
TJ.
pick. I understand. I know you like all of it, but if you had to pick and you want to see like, hey, this the motherfucker I want to see get down, who would you pick?
I haven't got to see TJ live yet, so I went
So you
last.
would
I
go-
went to the last fight, but TJ didn't get the fight because somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you would go TJ.
Yeah.
So I've seen 3 of your fights. I've seen one of Logan's, and I've seen 8 seconds of Riley.
I would like to see more Riley.
So-
too.
Riley's first fight. His first fight wasn't bad at all.
Oh no, I did. I probably did see it.
Kind of got cheaped. little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I did see that one. So I've seen him fight 2 times. I've seen TJ fight 2 times. I've seen you fight. I couldn't pick one, man.
For me, it's TJ. I want to see what TJ can do just because his wrestling is so on point.
Yeah.
He's going to
see him finish a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's so close to
I
finishing.
know, dude.
Yeah.
And Kim's a hell of a dude. Like,
he was a good wrestler too, really.
Yeah, I would reverse position on TJ, like put TJ in danger. You know? But I want to see TJ like reach that level of finishing motherfuckers because he's got that ability to either, ground and pound or submissions.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't think he finished the submissions with Kim is the mechanics. He's a wrestler. Yeah. And he hasn't had enough time, I think, in the finishing mechanics.
Yeah.
And I think once he gets those finishing mechanics to the positions that he gets in,
it's going to be.
We have a phrase in Texas called dundada.
Dundada. That's a wrap. Yeah. Yeah. He's going to be tough.
I want to see TJ get to that level.
He's going to be tough.
It's going to be exciting.
I always like to see TJ. TJ taught Carter. That's how I met TJ.
Oh, okay, cool.
This son right here. He taught him how to wrestle in the 8th grade. When Carter was in the 8th grade, TJ came down. He was in college at the time and was schooling Carter how to wrestle. Carter started wrestling in 8th grade. He was already way far behind, but he was strong.
Yeah.
So the coach wanted him to wrestle, begged him to wrestle, and he did. So now the coach was like, I'll get you caught up.
Yeah. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did enjoy it for the most part.
For the most part? You just didn't like how hard the workouts were?
Yeah.
I like football.
I hear you.
I like football, and everybody wanted me to wrestle, but I didn't really know how I felt.
Yeah.
I wanted him to wrestle bad.
That's one thing I regret, man, is I wish I had wrestled.
Yeah.
I wish I had that base.
A little bit of that, bro.
And then between the street fights and all, the penitentiary boxing and all that extra shit, bro, I'd be unstoppable. But I'm playing fucking catch up at 30. I'm 32 now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, regardless, it's full sin. I love it. I'm not gonna stop doing it until I literally have to. So,
bro,
and as far as I know, there was motherfuckers that were fighting into their 40s. So,
as
long as I got that in me, I'm gonna keep going, man.
Yeah, I'm too old to start. That's the thing. If I would have been fighting 15 years ago, I might have still been fighting.
Right.
Or
even then, that's 15 years. That's a good portion.
Yeah. But I'm too old to start.
Yeah, that's one thing I regret is not starting when I was, because when I got out of prison in 2012, 2013, I had went to Wolfpack in Rockwall, Texas, and I had tried it for like 3 months, but I just wasn't done with the lifestyle I was living.
I got you.
So I had went and trained. I got like 2 or 3 pictures in there, and I was doing good, but then went back to drinking. I just turned 21, so I'm in a bar, and then I just fell off. And then had I not been dumb and just stuck with it then, there's, no telling, but we're here now. So
you're here now. And the fact of the matter is you can catch up.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
You can absolutely
the thing
catch
is,
up.
I have the work ethic to catch up.
Yeah.
Like I told you how much I'm in there.
Yeah.
That's where it all comes from.
I want it bad enough.
You're behind and you're in the gym catching up.
It's a big motivating factor. It's like I'll be like and I tell it to all the people that are struggling in the gym with wanting to do the workouts, with how it's gonna, because it's hard. It's not fun. And for the average person to come in there and do it, but I always tell them, man, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Especially the competitors.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me you want it. That's fine. I hear you.
Yeah.
How bad you want it? Show me something. Because I see you wanting to give up right now. How bad you want it?
Mm.
And I don't know. It pushes me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like that saying. It's like that saying in the gym. It's the equivalent of that Lane Frost. Like, let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, my motivating factor in the gym is like, all right, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Tell everybody you want it that bad. All right. Well.
So one last thing, man. One last thing before we end it. We have some smelling salts here. Have you ever smelled those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I have. And I'm not gonna lie, that was my favorite part of the interview with Logan. He said he had never done it, so I'm anticipating watching him do it because I told you I got swole, right?
Yeah.
So my buddy Will Drury, man, I love you, buddy. I hope you watch this, man. He put me on some smelling salts. So we're lifting weights. We're trying to put 1,000 pounds on a leg press. You know what I'm saying? And we're doing it. We're getting up to like 900 on a leg press, squatting 415. Which Logan, I don't know how the fuck you were squat or benching 385. I got the 305. Anyways, you're a monster. But that 305, I need some smelling salts, baby.
Yeah.
We're finna get wired up. Man, but y'all not finna get me with that. Look, she pulled it out and everything. She's like, just in case.
Just in case you want to smell it.
I know the move on that.
Yeah.
Man. That shit will wire
Well,
you to the
give
gills.
me some. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. You rock it, I'll rock it. I'll just see it one time. It's been about 2 years. That should have wake you
Oh,
right
I sure.
up.
Here, let me.
Oh, I can already feel it in my skin.
Yeah, you can.
Man.
I'm gonna get it too, son. Shit.
But there you go.
It's nowhere near as strong as it was when
No,
it
it
first
ain't.
came out. So you
Definitely.
kind of
I
got
know
to.
they kind of depreciate a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm finna Ricky Bobby on the way home. I'm finna go do some push-ups in the driveway. No, man, appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
the conversation.
Man,
Appreciate y'all.
We enjoyed having you on and hearing your story, bro. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty remarkable
It's
to
been a
see
wild
where you
ride.
came from and see where you're at. And I'm looking forward to seeing where you go, bro.
Yeah, me too.
You, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no quit. Like I said, there's no stop. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it as far
no.
as it goes.
There's definitely no stop. If you watched any of your fights, there's no stop. You don't have any quit in you, son. That's one thing for sure.
So I appreciate you taking the interest, man.
Yeah, man. We love it. I love it. We love it.
100%.
Yeah, it's
Thank you guys. For real.
it's
You got
awesome.
any shout outs you want to make, man?
Yeah.
I did it.
Okay.
All right,
Alright.
cool,
Thank you
man.
guys.
Yeah, man.
All right. We'll see y'all. We love,
Love y'all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I see Lily wants to smell that sauce.
No, I don't.
Oh, does she?
You haven't done it?
No.
I'm sorry. That was a stupid question. Run that.
Yeah, run it.
Hey, I promise.
Yeah.
It'll be the best you felt in a while.